And now it's looking like I am a disrespect. Okay, let's do better. You guys, a brand new episode of the POV girls and guys. I hope you're excited to be here just as I am. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and then share the channel to other people so they can also have access to this podcast. Then again, you can also follow on Apple Podcast and also on Spotify. And follow me on all other social media platforms. And then keep up with the POV. My name is Akua Adepah, as I said before, and on POV, as we say every day, we are just here to talk. Okay, we are just here to vibe, talk about life itself, and then deal with real life situations, things that are happening in people's lives, and in a way, also help them make decisions on these dilemmas or these issues that are happening to them. Now we have two segments on the POV. We have the POV Let's Talk, and then we have the Tales and Confessions. Now, this week on Let's Talk, last week, so I'm going to build this week's Let's Talk on last week, what we ended with, which was more about parenting in Ghana specifically, and how it has gone a long way into harming a lot of people. It will shock you to know that after last week, I decided to dive into parental abuse in terms of mental, physical, and then verbal, and then emotional abuse in Ghana specifically. UNICEF stated that about 3.4 million children are abused physically, emotionally, mentally, and verbally right here in Ghana. They didn't say whether it's annually or a month or, that is what I just saw there. And then it gets me thinking, what are some of the things that have made us, have made this whole parental abuse thing, worse in Africa? Or let me say in Ghana, because that's where the search went towards, in Ghana. And one of the things that, didn't really stick out for me, but I feel like it's a major problem that we're dealing with and we keep dealing with every day. And people keep defending it because to a certain percentage, it has helped a certain, type of people. And so they think that, what, that is it. And so that is how we would train our children, whether blind or sick or whatever. We're going to train them this particular way. And it's basically cultural norms. And in these cultural norms, what it's just trying to say is that because of, the idea of our cultural background and our cultural, myth and things we do and norms, things that we normally do in our lives, it has become, poisonous to us without our knowing. This is what I'm just trying to say. We have grown up thinking that putting fear in children is what will make them disciplined. We've grown up thinking that beating children mercilessly is what will make them become responsible adults. But then research has also proved that, you see, all these beating, all these hazing, all these putting fear in children, it does more harm than good, in the sense that some of them grow up to be adults without self-esteem. Others grow up with adults without self-confidence. Others grow up not being able to speak for themselves. Others grow up being, cowering, becoming cowards. They are not brave about anything because they have constant fear in their head. It's always ringing in their head that they are failures, they are failures, they are failures. And so basically, I grew up in a home where my dad left when I was about 7 years old, and my mom was the only active, parent in our lives. So we basically grew up in a single parent's home. my dad came to marry my mom with 2 boys, and then my mom gave birth to 2 girls. So we are 4. And when my dad left, my mom took the responsibility of taking care of these 2 men, and now they are my elderly brothers. They are there. Now, with myself and then my kid sister, I was very close to my dad. I wasn't close to my mom. Even after birth, I was told that my mom left for school. She's a teacher, so she went to teachers training, and so it was my dad and then my grandmother that took care of me. And so I was very close to my dad. I remember my earliest memories are all with my dad. And so when my dad left, for me, it became a very difficult thing for me because this is a child that her best friend left. And after he left, I always say that I am going to take responsibility for my own part in this whole situation, because I believe if I had opened up to my mom and I wasn't scared of how she handled situations with us, things would have been probably different. But I didn't open up because I was scared of approaching my mom, because every little thing, it feels like she's shouting on you, or she's, throwing her anger at you or something like that. So I never was close to my mom. But for my kid sister, she was my mom's handbag, and it's still my mom's handbag. And so what I'm just trying to say, I think I've spoken a lot about this whole adulting thing, parenting thing, is that a lot of us, we've grown up to be certain people because of a certain type of training that was given to us. You may call it discipline. Others may also call it lack of self-esteem, lack of self-love, lack of self-confidence, and a lot of things. And I have read a lot of stories here, and I've seen through a lot of how people handle relationships to see that a lot of people have psychological problems based on how they were raised, but they do not even know. For me, I got to know mine when I broke. I had to do therapy. It didn't help, but I think I'm still working towards becoming a better person, because obviously I have my own demons that I'm dealing with. Now, that is what I would have to talk about for the Let's Talk segment. I know it's a lot we need to break down. It's a lot we need to deal with. Yes, you can hear the shakiness in my voice, because this particular topic is a very, very delicate topic for me, because I've not necessarily gotten over whatever that has happened to me, whatever that I've been through. And so it's a work in progress. Okay, it's been a couple of years that I keep working on it. We're gonna get there at the end of the day. Now let's get into the tales and confessions part of these stories. Basically, do not have kids if you're not ready to be a proper parent, because last week was one of the most saddest, that was Saturday, one of the most saddest days I've ever dealt with, because I resonated with some parts of the girl that has to deal with parents that are traumatizing her, knowingly or unknowingly, I don't know. Okay, so let's get straight into the first story. If they posted it on social media, then they made it our business. And since they made it our business, we're gonna make it our business. Let's get straight into the stories that we have for this episode.
Let's have it.
Hello, POV. Please keep me anonymous. I'm an 18-year-old and a second child of 5 siblings. I don't know what my biological father looks like, and I don't know anything about him. I completed SHS 2 years ago. This is not good, because I just spoke about something that triggers a certain side of me, and Jesus. I didn't even know this was going to happen. That's the crazy part of it. I completed SHS 2 years ago, and I have always wanted to go to the uni to study mass communication. Oh, that's what I did, because I know that's where I belong. 4 months after I completed school, my 39-year-old mother had stroke, and she became I and my 23-year-old brother's responsibility. We both work and earn 500 Ghana cedis a month. I want to go to school. I can't save enough money, and everyone is against my choice of study, so they are not willing to help. Everyone is saying I should go to nursing because my family background, if I choose uni, then they don't have a dime for me. Extended family members, my mom and I begged for help. Now, because of all these, I have stayed in the house for 2 years without school, taking care of my mom and my younger siblings with my 500 cedis salary. And I have just little savings. My dad, who threw my mom and I out of his house, making us sleep outside when I was just 6 months old, suddenly appeared in the picture, wanting a place in my life and forcing me to attend the nursing without asking what I want or even giving me explanations where he was all this while. And now he's like, I am your father and anything I'll say, I will do. I'm sorry. And anything I will say, you will do. I want the best for you and it's nursing or you survive on your own. A man who doesn't even know my full name now. My problem is that my mom is siding with him because she thinks there's nothing else I can do. And she's blackmailing me emotionally, shedding tears and begging me to take my father's offer. And now it's looking like I am a disrespect. Okay, let's do better. And now it looks like I'm a disrespectful child here. My mom said I can't afford to, so we are taking the offer whether I like it or not. I'm really confused. What should I do? Please help me. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. My dear, all I can tell you is this. At this point, it doesn't look like you have an option. You are how many years old? 18. By the time you're done with nursing, you should be about it's 4 years. So you should be about 22. I love the fact that you have passion for mass communication. And your story is so close to mine. The only difference is when they suggested something else for me to do, and I said I wouldn't do it, I took a car from Bogoso straight to Accra, went to NAFTI, and then they said, you know what, your COMAT is not good. And so we can't give you degree, we'll give you diploma. I remember calling home and telling them that I can't get into the school they want me to. They gave me 2 options. The schools they want me to go if I want to really do the mass communication and journalism. I'm not getting degree and they want me to do degree. So if I'm not getting degree, they are not paying my school fees. And so I sat back in a car. This was when I was about 19 years. I sat, wasn't 19? No. Yeah, 19. I sat back in a car, went back home to Bogoso. And the funny thing is, whilst I was on my way back home, I got a call. I was almost back home. I got a call that there's this school that can give you access to the mass communication and journalism with your math like that so that you rewrite whilst you're in school. Immediately I got home. I took my bath. I didn't even change the things in my bag. Back to the station, back to Accra. Mind you, Accra to Bogoso is almost like 8 hours. So I spent more than 48 hours in and out to find a school that would be suitable. Now, when I got to the school they gave me the degree in mass communication and journalism. What happened was that now the school fees was so much that my mom said, hell no, as a single mother, I can't do this. Or say me, or, all those things. And emotionally, making me feel like a burden. And I remember I begged and said she should just pay the school fees. I will do every other thing myself. I remember this. And not knowing what was going to happen the following day because I came back home Saturday dawn and gave them the admission letter and her the admission letter and everything. And at the end of the day, when she said she can't afford it, I still started buying things for my school with my own money. Like I had a little money on me. I started buying, and I was working for my mom at the time, staying at a shop at the time. So paying for it, like buying bed sheets, all those things. And our senior pastor in our church, his name is Reverend Richard Kwao, told my mom that he was going to pay part of the school fees. And that man paid part of my school fees for me for 4 years. So for me, I think I was lucky. I got to do what I wanted. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. For you, I don't think you have that because no other person wants to believe in the dreams that you have. I got someone that took a chance on me, and that is what has gotten me to where I am now. You need to go to the nursing school. And after you're done, you can work towards going to what you want. Because your only way to get access to education that can give you a job for you to live a good life and moving away from all that toxicity is to listen to them. Because I certainly listened to my mom to a particular extent because I knew what exactly I wanted to do. I knew if I had gotten the chance, that would be it. I'm gone. Because those times I didn't really have a good relationship with my mom. I'm still working on that with my mom at the moment. I didn't have a good relationship with my mom. I didn't have a good relationship with my dad. For right now, my dad is not even in my life because I've blocked him. And go back to school. Just go to the nursing school. Okay, you'll be fine. Go to the nursing school. You'll be able to get over this soon. Give yourself time. Whilst you're in nursing school, learn stuff about mass communication. Learn stuff about mass communication. It's online. Learn stuff. You know what? DM me. Okay. DM me. Let's do this. DM me.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
POV, please help me hide my identity. I'm a lady of 22 years, but I'm married with one kid. Way back in SHS, I dated one guy B, and this guy told me a lot about one girl he had sex with countless times. Just this week, my husband saw some audios this guy sent to me telling me that what he sent to the guy, and guess what? The girl that the guy has conspired with some others just to tell my husband that the audio belongs to me and stuff. I mean, this guy keeps texting me for the past 2 months, all because he wants to see me and work things out. And I said no. POV, there haven't been peace in my home, so I decided to go to the guy's place with 2 of my friends who also heard about the audio, and now my husband is very confused. He said our son is not for him. Please help. Allow him to do a DNA. You know the son is for him. You know everything that is happening is a lie. Allow him to conduct a DNA. Let him know that the child is his. If after that he still misbehaves, take your child and go and live your life. Because a man that doesn't trust you would always not trust you. So allow him to conduct a DNA just to vindicate yourself. And after that, in fact, you can even put a fine. If he does the DNA and the child is his, he's going to pay you a certain amount of money. And after that, if you think your husband has not treated you well in the midst of all this, you can use that money to start a new life. Okay.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
Hello, POV. Please keep me anonymous. I need advice from you and your listeners. I'm a girl of 24 years. I dated a guy for 3 years, knowing full well that the guy had another girl. He's too controlling, but treats me well too. My mom wasn't happy with that, and my siblings too. So early this year, I just decided to break things up with him. He came crying to me and asked if he did anything wrong, that he had fallen for me. Fast forward. He said he is going to get me pregnant in order for me to stay. You see this stupid thing I keep saying? But I met these 2 guys. Let's call one Kojo and the other one Kobe. Kobe claims to love me and don't want to lose me, but I don't love him. I do like him though. He said he isn't giving up on me. And here is Koju too. He said he likes me, but I love him. He gets to know what I'm lacking and gives them to me without even asking. But he never said he loved me. Kobe does things for me if I asked him to. Now, my head is messy. Please help a sister. But Kojo said he can't start with love for it to end early. He needed something more than lovers. But my problem now is he doesn't have much time for me. I don't close early from work, but he does. So he is normally asleep when I come back from work, and he doesn't call me back in the next morning too, unless at night. And he actually don't let me come to his place on a daytime, only at night, because he believes people does destroy beautiful things. On the other hand, Kobe shows me off. Please, I need your honest advice. You can choose to post or not, but I really need your advice. I would have gone with Kobe because Kobe seems to be emotionally available. Kobe seems to be, emotionally available and wants to be with you. You see that first guy, avoid him. The one that wants to get you pregnant just for you to stay with him, avoid him. Avoid him. And between Kojo and Kobe, I would choose Kobe because Kobe seems emotionally available. Kobe loves you. Kobe seems kind enough. Kobe seems intentional a little bit. But you see Kojo doesn't seem emotionally available. Kojo seems like he's hiding something. There's something fishy about Kojo. Why go to his house in the night? Why? Why only the night? Even though your work, time does not meet, there's always a way. But just in the night doesn't make you go to his house during the day. That's a red flag for me though. So since you're asking for my honest opinion, I would definitely go with Kobe and take it slow. All right, Kojo and then the first guy out.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
I'm scared of being judged, so I had to use a new account and ask for help and your opinion. I don't judge, darling. Kindly give your advice. Please don't bully me or call me names. I'm not sure how much strength I have left. Duly noted. Duly noted. I've been in a long distance relationship for a year and a few months now. My man is sweet and very brilliant. This 1 year has been the best days of my life. I'm not from a good family, so he supports me once in a while. I don't depend solely on him. I work very hard here on my real account. Most of you will know me. It's only been a year and my man has been able to process the necessary documents for me to leave the country in a few months. I'm very grateful for that. My problem is that he has no bounds. When he's angry, he will say a lot of hurtful things to you and later apologize. When we have arguments, he would remind me of where and how he met me and every single penny of favors he has done for me. Talks about all the times I've let him down or offended him. We have never met before and it's all video calls and voice calls. He has met my family and I've met his. The plan of moving me out of the country is to get closer to him and make our relationship strong. But his behavior scares me. I'm not perfect. I get on his toes most of the times, but I feel a man shouldn't be verbally and emotionally abusive. On our latest argument, he called me stupid and daft and asked me to never talk to him again, and it's over between us. It really hurts. I feel if he's able to do this while we have not met, is he not going to do more when we finally meet? Things are a bit late now and I can't back out of the traveling. A lot of money has been spent already. He helped financially too, but most money concerning the traveling will be from my family. We are in Ghana and people will point hands at me when I eventually decide not to go back to him. I will be tagged as a gold digger and that I made a man help me and get the necessary papers for traveling and I dumped him. I love him so much that I don't tell my family and friends about how he abuses me verbally and emotionally. No one will even believe me. And if I told them, what if this turns into a physical abuse when I get there? Also, note that I'm going to school and not to stay with him. He's also at the highest level of education. I've endured all this while because I really love him and I want to spend forever with him. The narrative will change if I eventually leave because people will always say I stayed because of the opportunities. I also contributed to his life. We started a business and closed it because it was really difficult. My family and everyone around me won't support me if I decide to leave. I know in some days he will come and apologize too. I am scared at this point. Wish I could attach all the messages and recordings, but I have to stay anonymous. Should I leave him and just focus on my school when I get to the country? I'm really confused now. Please give me your opinion on what to do with this situation. My darling, I'm not going to bash you. You know why? Because you seem really scared, and it worries me that you are that scared. Yes, society will talk. Society will talk. But you see, my whole thing about spending on girls in relationships, and I think I said it on my Snap some time back, or on my live some time back. When you're with somebody and the person spends on you, it is not a ticket to taking nasty behavior. Okay? The fact that you are spending on somebody in a relationship does not mean the person will be with you for the rest of your life. There are circumstances where people leave relationships, although the people that they were with had spent so much on them because they were abused. And in that position, no one will blame you for leaving because obviously you love this guy. Obviously, you've taken in too much. I just think that you should have left earlier than now. But as at now, in what is happening, staying there would mess you up mentally. So staying there is not an option. What I can suggest to you is when you go to school, you can sit down and have a contract with him and tell him that, you know what, I can't deal with this, your attitude again. And so all the favors, all the money, whatever you've given to me, I would want to return them, but give me time. Because I can't deal with this, your attitude. I have dealt with it for a year, hoping that you will change, but now I am scared for my life. Because if you can abuse me verbally like this, why won't you try to hurt me? Sit down with your parents. Show them, your family members, show them the recordings you wanted to show me that you couldn't. Show it to them. Let them know. See, so please, you are not leaving him because he's not your class. Me, I get livid about issues like this when a man has spent on a girl and the girl wakes up and leaves because the girl claims the guy is not the type, or the guy will say the girl is not the type anymore. But if you're leaving genuinely because this man is hurting you emotionally, then you have reasons to leave. So please, don't stay, okay? Yes, I want to say thank you very much for watching this episode. The stories are not plenty, but I know the impact will be a lot. I know I broke down, but I'm sorry, I'm just human. So I'll see you in the next video. This was an emotional episode. And I'm not even going to lie to you. Right after I end this, I'm going to cry my eyeballs out. But I'll see you on Saturday with another episode, looking all beautiful and happy again. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Today you had a personal experience about my childhood. Maybe tomorrow you'll hear about a relationship I was in that nearly killed me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.